How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Horde. My name is Ryujin3838 and today we are back with another one of our legendary skin rankings. This time we are going to be covering all of Hanzo's legendary skins. This was a request from one of the comments in the last video. There were some other requests made, but I figured I would do Hanzo first because I think he has some interesting legendary skins. And next time, I already do know who we're covering, so I'll share that with you at the end of this video. But for now, we're going to do Hanzo, and I figured another thing I should update you guys is on changing a bit of the structure of these videos, where basically it's going to be like 3 videos where like everything's going to be kind of like a set of 3, quote-unquote, here, where we start with a support character, and then we do one for a damage character, and then we do one for a tank character, right? And then just repeat that pattern until we run out of everyone, right? So we'll get through all the supports, and then probably most of the tanks, and then still have a lot of damage left, but, you know, it is what it is. I just think that's a nice system to have alternating between a support, a DPS, and a tank, and just to keep doing that until we run out. So that's just how the general structure is being changed. Figured I'd let you know, but let's go ahead and get right on into it, starting with our honorable mention. So Hanzo is one of those characters that actually has hardly any epic skins whatsoever. As you can see here, I don't have a whole lot of his skins unlocked, so some of these I won't get to be able to show off certain things like golden guns and stuff. I'd probably have to look up pictures of those if I do show them, but not the point. Point is, Hanzo's only good and actually worth mentioning epic skin is his Demon Halloween event skin, and this one is pretty okay. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is very basic in its design, and that's one of the things that I think Hanzo kind of suffers from a bit, is that a lot of his designs tend to be really basic, but some of the ones that are really basic and simple can still be really good. This is one of those situations where it's basic and simple, but still really good, so that's why it's getting an honorable mention, because the other 2 ones are literally just basic recolors of his normal skin. Like, these could have, either one of these could have easily just been a basic, one of the common skins, but nope, they didn't do that, so yeah. This is our honorable mention. Now let's get right on into our actual list for all of Hanzo's legendary skins. Okay, coming in at 12th place is by far his worst skin, the Young Hanzo legendary skin. This is a non-event legendary that you could have earned in Overwatch 1 just through regular old loot boxes, or in fact any old loot boxes, but obviously things have changed now with Blizzard's new marketing system that I'm sure everyone really, really loves so much. Anyways, though, Young Hanzo, this skin is kind of bad. Like, overall, the outfit is not terrible. I don't really think any of Hanzo's legendaries are terrible, but I do think that a lot of them are pretty mid. This is one of the ones that is very mid. It is not that good. The hair also is just ugly as shit. It just looks weird on Hanzo. Like, I don't think the haircut itself or the hairstyling is bad. I just think it looks really bad on Hanzo, right? And they try to make him look young and youthful, but it doesn't really do that. It just looks like they took Hanzo's regular face and just shaved off his beard, and then that's supposed to be him younger. Like, it doesn't mesh that well, you know? The only really good thing about this skin is the bow. I like the colors, but the design of the bow honestly just sucks. Like, what the hell is this dragon thing even doing here? Like, this green thing just looks so out of place. And then the bow shape itself is just so bizarre. Like, it starts out like a regular bow up here, and then you get down here, and there's this random fucking, like, place where it looks like where you'd hold a trigger for a gun. Like, and I'm sure that's probably how some bows are designed, so you have a place to hold on to it like that, but it just looks so weird to have it, like, be like an actual naturally shaped bow for everything up until this middle section here, and then it becomes a clusterfuck of all sorts of things. Like this, the skin is bad, okay? It's just bad. And I don't have the golden gun for Hanzo, so I'm not gonna show it off because it's not worth it. This is the same exact skin, and the only reason I have it ranked better is because it is blue, and I like blue more than orange. At number 10, I put Hanzo's Winter Wonderland event skin, or his Christmas event skin, the Casual Hanzo Legendary skin. Now, this goes back to what I was saying when I was talking about the Demon skin, where it's like a simple and basic design, and that seems to be a lot of Hanzo's legendary skins, is that they don't really change how he looks, they don't change a lot of different things, they mainly change what he is wearing, not so much who he actually looks like, which is why I thought Demon was an honorable mention, at least because, you know, he doesn't look like regular Hanzo, he looks like a demon of some kind, you know, with his gray skin full of, like, demonic tattoos and his whited out eyes, like, he looks very different. This one, though, is just like, oh, we gave him a wardrobe change and some more piercings on his face. Cool. Like, I'm not excited by this skin, you know? It's not something that I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like, no, they swapped out his, like, regular old arrow holder with his backpack and gave him, like, fluffier winter clothes and boots and gloves, and like they just changed his outfit. Like that's really it. And I know that seems kind of stupid to complain about because that's what these skins do, is they change the outfit of the person you're wearing, but like this just doesn't feel like a legendary skin to me that much, you know? It feels more like it's just like if you were to go into like a Pokemon game, you know, where you can go in and buy a different outfit and just put that on and be like, yeah, but like doesn't really do anything. And the only upside really is this bow. This bow design is pretty cool, but the actual like outfit here I'm not a big fan of. Okay, so like I said in the Zenyatta legendary ranking video, I kind of categorized these skins on my own without actually like showing it that much into various categories. So the first category is the one I just called bad. You know, these are skins that I don't like. And so the second rating one is for tolerable, which are like, you know, pretty average, good skins. Ones I wouldn't like really wear if I had the choice, but like if they were the only ones I had, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll wear it. And then the amazing, the ones that are actually really good. So Hanzo's bad listing is very short because he doesn't have a whole lot of really bad skins, but he has a lot of mid ones. And so this is right where we're starting in the tolerable range with Hanzo's Lone Wolf legendary outfit, another one of his basic non-event skins. This one is okay. I think that the two other recolors of this skin, because there's two other ones, by the way, is much better. This one is kind of the worst of the three, in my opinion. I don't really like a whole lot of the colors. I just feel like this red and the olive green and the brown just kind of ugly together, in my opinion. And then the bow itself, it just looks cooler with the other ones. Like, this one is honestly just the worst version of the other two, and it's just not that good in my opinion. I like Okami and Dark Wolf way more than this one, because those ones actually look pretty good and have a nice take on the whole wolf color thing. But this one is like, it's okay. Like, it's not bad, but it's definitely the worst of the three. I'm sure this one's gonna be a bit of a shocker to everybody that this one's so low on my list, but coming in at the number 8 spot on this legendary skin ranking for Hanzo, I have his anniversary legendary skin, Cyber Ninja. This is calling back to that theme of this is a pretty basic design. Like, when this skin first came out, there was so much hype about it, and it was like generally considered his best skin. But as time's gone on, this skin has just faded into mediocrity and mid-tier, because like it's okay. It looks kind of cool, but like it's not that good. This white armor just like looks super bulky for no reason at all. all. His arm tattoo is really stupid because like you're made to believe that this is like an actual like robot arm or something, and when you turn around his fist, he has human fingers. So like automatically this isn't like a robot arm. This is just like they painted his arm or something, or he's wearing like other shitty armor that doesn't match the rest of this. Like it may just be part of the undersuit here that's attached to this gray part here, but then the undersuit, like, why would it have this random orange stripe on it for no reason, and then have a sleeve missing? Like, it looks so weird and bizarre when you look at the arms compared side to side. His face is cool. I like that he wears the mask. Like, the mask looks cool. That's, like, actually kind of decent. Then his, like, little sash thing that he has on his pants, it's just, like, a bunch of coiled, like, extension cords, and it just looks dumb. And then the bow itself is probably the best part. Like, this bow looks cool. Not gonna lie. But the rest of the design is all over the place when you actually take a second to look at it. And at number 7 on the list, we have the Okami Legendary skin. Another one of his basic non-event skins, and one of the better recolors of the same skin that they just copied and pasted. Now, the reason this one is so low on the list is honestly just because he has better ones. Like, this is an okay skin. It's definitely better than Lone Wolf, but the design is still pretty basic. What Lone Wolf made up for, kind of, was that Lone Wolf had a lot more colors to it. This one is almost entirely pure white and has the, like, yellow marks and stuff on him. And that's what makes it cooler to me, is that, like, they stuck with the theme of like him being a white wolf and tried to make it as white as possible, and that part's cool because I'm a kind of a sucker for like all white designs because I think a lot of the time they look cool, and so I just think that that's a cool thing. The bow itself is also not exactly better than Lone Wolf, but it is at least a solid color design in my opinion. This one just has, honestly, I feel like this one just has better coloration, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's not a perfect skin, but it's definitely better than Lone Wolf, but nowhere close to as good as the Dark Wolf one. At number 6 on this list, a topicable one that is pretty relevant right now with the Halloween event just dropping, Hanzo's Dai Tengu Halloween Legendary skin. This one is, I think, one of his better designs, but I'm gonna be honest, it's still not one of my favorites. It's okay. It's not terrible, but I can't get over the face. And I know it's meant to look kind of like a mask and everything, but the mask itself just really throws off the design. It's supposed to be this, like, intimidating, scary skin, but, like, I can't get over the fact that he looks like a blistering zit with, like, flames coming out of his eyes, and then the weird beard he has going on, and then on top of that, it doesn't match the skin tone color of the rest of his face. Like, it's much darker, so it just looks out of place. And then he also has this incredibly dumb-looking hat on his head that I just can't get over. Like, it's honestly, the face is what's ruining this skin. If they had made him look more like an actual demon, or not, and not to say that like this stylization of a demon is not like an actual demon, because I don't want to like say that because it could be an interpretation of a demon. But in my opinion, it just doesn't look as intimidating as they're trying to make it look, you know? And then the bow is really fucking weird. Like, what is going on here? Why is there like a sword kind of blade sticking out here? What is this and what is this? It just doesn't do it for me. And I'm sorry to say that because I'm pretty sure this is generally considered one of his better skins, but in my opinion, it just falls really flat. Coming in at number 5 on this list, still not in the amazing tier yet, by the way. I know that the Zen tier last time it got to the top 5 was the amazing, but that's because Zen has so many skins. So no, we're not in the amazing tier yet. This is still tolerable. So in The top of the tolerable one is the Wave Hanzo legendary skin from the Summer Games event. This is probably one of his best, like, basic, simple designs that I keep talking about. It's definitely got its own style that I really like. I like that they show off his whole tattoo pretty much, because a lot of the other skins, they don't do that. But to actually be able to, like, see it and know that it's there and it looks pretty cool is a good thing. I think that him wearing, like, a swimsuit and stuff actually looks pretty nice, and the jacket kind of just makes it look nicer. I like what they did with his hair. The bow backpack doesn't look too terrible. And then also the bow itself actually looks pretty good. And it's not something that's too weird. I don't quite get what's going on with this, like, weird shape here, but it doesn't make the bow look terrible, you know? This is probably one of the best tolerable skins he could have, you know? But it's definitely not one I would wear given the choice, because I think there are some that are definitely better. Sliding on in at number 4 on this list, which is now kicking off the amazing tier of Hanzo skins, is his Kabuki non-event legendary skin. When this one dropped in this patch update they released back in Overwatch 1, where they basically released a bunch of Blizzard-related skins that were for other games, and also just some other legendaries to try to get people interested, this was definitely one of the highlights of that drop. This skin, honestly, is so cool, and the design looks very different from basic Hanzo, and I love it. It matches the vibe they were going for with the Kabuki, honestly, perfectly. It looks really cool. The tattoo itself, being like a painted-on thing to still resemble the Kabuki style, also feels really, like, nice and smooth. The hat, though, is by far the best part on the skin, I think. It just really sells this, like, kind of wandering samurai look, even though he shoots a bow and arrow. It still just looks awesome. And then from the back, it still looks pretty good, too. The bow, honestly, is very simple, but also still very much matches the vibe, and it feels really cool to look at, and it doesn't look too terrible like a lot of the other bow designs where, like, all the pieces of the bow in the center look all over the place. This one actually makes it look really smooth and centered. Like, this looks like it could be a normal bow you would find someone could make, you know? Like, it looks good. And that's not, you can't say that about a lot of the other bows, because they put, like, this weird thing in the middle, or they change how the holding trigger looks, and they just make it look bizarre. But this one looks solid. So that's why this one is kicking off the amazing tier of Hanzo legendary skins. This one is just barely above Kabuki in my opinion, but coming in at number 3, the best of the wolf skin legendaries for Hanzo is Dark Wolf, one of the legendary event for the remix skins. I just messed that up. Sorry, shit. One of the legendary skins for their anniversary remix event. Okay, there we go. This one is definitely the best of them, and is definitely one of Hanzo's best skins, because unlike Lone Wolf and Okami, where they didn't really change a whole lot of Hanzo's actual design, they just changed, like, the color of the wolf palette. This one actually, like, changes him to make him look sinister and evil, and it looks cool and badass. And it's the same design, but it's actually, like, makes him look cool. The bow itself doesn't look that changed compared to the other two, to be honest, but it does have a nice color palette. So yeah, this one is pretty basic since we've essentially covered it 2 other times already, but it definitely is the best of those 3, and including itself. And it also is definitely one of his best legendary skins. And taking the number 2 spot on our Hanzo legendary skin ranking is the Uprising event, or typically the, like, story mode event legendary skin, the Scion Hanzo. This is his best simple design, because he looks fly as hell with this suit on. It looks so clean. This is the skin I wear all the time, because it's the best one I have that I own. and it's honestly a sick design. The suit itself looks absolutely amazing. The little armor on his shoulder here just really sells it. The fact that the sleeves are a different color too. Normally I would be upset by that, but like, it actually makes it look kind of cooler in my opinion. And the bow itself is like this, looks like a hand-carved wooden bow that's very simple, but has this coiling dragon going through the middle of it. It looks so sick. And honestly, it's definitely one of his best designs, and it's the best of his simple, basic skins that they honestly give him all the time. So that's why it's here at number 2 on this list. And taking the number 1 spot for my favorite Hanzo legendary skin, honestly a shocker to me because I hadn't even known about this skin's existence till I looked through all his legendaries. The Huangjong legendary skin from the Lunar New Year event. I know I probably butchered that name and I'm really sorry, but anyways, this is a really sick skin. He looks like some sort of like emperor warlord. It looks sick. The beard is absolutely insane. This like tiger head shape or whatever, or lion shaped head on his armor, honestly looks sick. The fact that he's got a little sword here is cool. The plumage on the helmet is amazing, and it just looks so cool. And the bow itself is honestly another one of those simple yet cool designs that actually make the bow look like a regular bow and don't try to mess with this whole middle shape like a lot of them do. And I'm honestly sad that I don't own this legendary skin because I would wear this one all the time if I had it. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you for watching this legendary skin ranking. I know this one is probably a lot shorter than the Zenyatta one, because Zenyatta has way more skins, way more ones that are available across things like the Overwatch League and the store that normally wouldn't be a thing for a lot of these other characters. But Hanzo has only 12, and he doesn't have any Overwatch League skins, so there's not any to go through. And on top of that, a lot of Hanzos are pretty basic and stuff, so I didn't really have a lot to say about them. And on top of that, I know that in the Zenyatta one, I kept bringing up the gold guns and how they looked and compared them to them. But to be honest, I only own 2 gold guns for heroes. I won't own the one for Zenyatta and the one for Lucio. So that honestly was the only reason that the gold gun was a factor for Zenyatta is because I wear it all the time. So going forward, the only other time I will bring up how a golden gun matches a skin is when I talk about Lucio whenever we get to him. Because honestly, I don't have the gold gun for hardly anyone because I don't play a lot of comp, and the Hanzo one I'm probably not going to get anytime soon. So with that said, just to keep that in mind, thank you guys again for watching this video. If you like what you see, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because they help us grow. And comment down below which of these heroes you would like to see me do next, because we have a lot of heroes to go through. And clearly you guys liked this series based on the feedback and the amount of views that the last one got. So keep telling me which ones you guys want me to go through. Next time we are going to be doing a legendary skin ranking for none other than the tank himself, Roadhog, another one of the requests from last week's video. So if you guys are excited for that, let me know below and comment which ones you want to see after Roadhog. I'll see you guys then, or maybe over on my Twitch. Till then, peace out.